Hey everybody, Konarja here. Welcome back to Formula 1 2018. Final race of season number 1 with Haas. We are headed to Yas Marina Circuit, Abu Dhabi, and we're starting P6 in this one. If there's no shenanigans, you never know. Could be some penalties up ahead of us, but we will see.
So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains here in the United Arab Emirates on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers will be racing here on Yas Island today through 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are plenty of opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in two places, at turns 8 and at turn 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed and plenty of drama to be found in the laps to come.
Points.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Red lines up on pole position.
I'm sorry, what?
Magnussen in P2.
I'm sorry, what?
The rest of the grid we have Ocon, Raikkonen. They've taken a grid penalty. Daniel Ricciardo and Perez, Bottas, Hamilton, Stroll and Sebastian Vettel. Hartley, Verstappen, Sergei Sirotkin.
Are you
and Alonso,
kidding me?
Gasly, Sainz, Nico Hülkenberg and Charles Leclerc. Van Dorn and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Let's aim for a strong finish to the season.
In a race where myself and Magnussen qualified 6th and 9th, I believe, we are starting 1-2 because of penalties. There's a Force India behind us that qualified in like 13th or 11th or somewhere back there. This is madness. And for the race, it's going to be overcast the whole race. It's a 46, almost 47-minute race. 28 laps. We have 28 and a half laps of fuel in. Let's bring that at least up to 29. Actually, a bit more for this place as power is precedent. And starting on the hypers, we have to going to the ultras, a 2-stop race. I am okay with that. There's no way I could stretch this race with a tire wear I have had. How does this go? How does this go? This is going to be absolutely wild. What an interesting way to end the season. Yeah, well, let's do this. Alright. Here we go. Decent start. No attack from our teammate. Running a little bit wide there, as I've always done here. Gotta remember there's more fuel on board now than we had on board for qualifying. If possible, I need to get away. I need to get as far ahead as we can here. When the Mercedes, Ferraris, and Red Bulls make their way through this field, they're going to be faster than us. Undeniably. So we just need to try and get as far away from them as we can. This is so unexpected. I was not even prepared for this kind of start. Magnussen holding P2, Ocon P3. Seems like the Mega 3 were using all of their parts up to lock in the championship fight and didn't have enough for the last race. Seems like that's what happened. So all those races where I took penalties earlier in the season have paid off now. May this please be a sign of things to come. I realize the situation is dictating the result. I mean, it's the fact that the penalties happened that we are in this position, but this is what I want. I want it to be a Haas team effort pushing to the top steps of the podium, not just a cone dodger pushing to the top step of the podium, because that doesn't feel like an accomplishment to me. I want to push the team there. I want to be fighting Magnussen for a championship. That's my goal for F1 2018 career. We'll see if it can happen. Everybody's going to have to back down on their battery power modes now. And we're going to start to get an idea as to the pace of the rest of the field. I'm not really stretching it on Magnussen, which is a slight worry. The last thing I really want to do is be battling him and losing time to those faster cars behind us. The Ferrari still hasn't gotten around the Force India back there. This is a very easy section to make stupid mistakes. So let's just try and be cool. If I had to guess, those cars that took penalties, they're going to be on different strategies now. They're going to be doing different things.
Entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
We did at least outrun Magnussen that lap. I don't know what the gap is at this point. A little bit wide there to steal all the fuel on board, but not a big deal. As long as you don't catch too much air in those curves on the outside. I'm running the car pretty hard right now, so those rear tires are going to suffer from that. I just really want to get that second gap if I can. Keep an eye on those temperatures. First pit stop's going to happen real fast, and we're going to get mired in the field when it happens. So the last thing we want to do is end up having to pit a lap early or something of that nature. We're really down in battery power now. The Ferrari has cleared the Force India. It is Raikkonen. Okay, it's at least not Vettel, who was the faster of the Ferraris this weekend. These Hypersoft tires are already starting to say, hey, we're not too cool anymore. We're not going to spend a lot of time on them. Even the Ultras, they get used up pretty quick here as well, so that's why it's looking like a two-stop strategy race. Now, Raikkonen's still on Hypers as well. So he won't be on a one-stop race, most likely. I don't have to worry about that too much. Try and do a little stretching of this lead on the straightaway if I can. I don't know that I can, but I will try. A little bit of a difficult track to save battery power at, but not awful. I have like that constant frog in the throat feeling because I just feel an intense amount of pressure right now. I feel like I've been gifted something, and I don't want to give up this opportunity. I want to try and get as much out of this as I can. I was really not looking forward to racing here. I was looking at it being a really rough outing. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to perform. think we're going to be in not this time, but next. Lap 6, if I remember correctly. Easy now. See, those rear tires just aren't quite what they were. Gotta start taking more conservative lines around the place. Including out of there.
Is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Looking for that red dot to get around the white dot behind us, but it doesn't look like it's that close. Might be under attack here. Not quite yet. Not quite yet, but it's brewing. Magnussen's giving it everything he's got because he's got that Ferrari behind him. Make sure we're capitalizing on our engine or battery recovery as much as we can. Really getting skatey down through here.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
Will do. Definitely feels like the car is ready. Stay away from that curve here. Just give it a little lift. Make sure we're getting, oh, easy, as much of a gap as we can, but that's not going to help. We got out of the turn very well right there. He's in our draft, but he's not quite here yet. I think that's actually a little bit of, I don't know, maybe cooperation from a teammate. We'll see if that continues down here. Looks like it.
Don't forget, box this lap.
A little bit of a difficult pit road here, but not awful. The pit exit's really weird. Nice and easy. They're not going to pass me around here. And we should be undercutting Magnussen. He'll probably lose this second position during this sequence, as Raikkonen will be right behind. No? Not pitting. Interesting. We are first on pit road. Well, we will see how that plays out. It's a very long pit road here, which should put us either just very deep in the pack or behind the pack.
Exit now.
If we could come out somewhere in this range, I'd be happy. We'll see where it happens.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty. Dangerous.
Oh yeah, this is actually shaping up to be quite good. We're in a little bit of an open gap in the field. That is ideal. We might even sneak some DRS. Possibly. At least in the second zone. Not in this one, that's okay. But oh yeah, this is a really good place in the field to be, I think. As long as we don't end up getting too mired in traffic. No DRS there, unfortunately. Now, these two racing each other isn't helping my case any. Unless they get themselves so crossed up that I'm able to just breeze by both of them. That doesn't look like that's going to happen. Probably going to be a slow sector 3 here. at best. I think the rest of our lap was so good that it's not going to matter too much. I can't believe neither of them pit right there. That is surprising. We should be able to get this done pretty effectively now. A little bit of a block there, as per the usual with these guys. Here we go. Out in a draft and DRS. Should just fly by him here. Boy, not really. Not as much as I would have expected. This is not one of those tracks where you get the back-to-back, which is interesting. A little bit confusing. I guess because the back markers started on fresh instead of scrubs, they got to go a little bit longer on stint 1. But it looks like Raikkonen has come out behind us, and maybe even a little bit further behind us, so that is good news. Magnussen's just on pit road now. Very different strategies. Alright, Raikkonen's clear now. He's got nothing holding him back. Let's see where Meg comes out. Right behind him. Right behind him. With any luck, you can put some pressure on him. But I highly doubt it. Yeah, we definitely did get a little bit of a gap there to Kimi. That is nice. He'll run us down over the length of this run, but at least we have a little bit of a break before that happens. Which means I can take it a little bit easier on the car, and a little bit easier on me as well. I feel like these overcast conditions are really helping as well. The cooler the track, the better our car seems to do. Since it has some tire wear issues. Even though this race happens at night. During the day it gets so hot. I think it retains a lot of heat. That will get beaten. If not now, at least later in the race. We definitely have some differing tire strategies. For some reason I just decided, the hell with those pylons this lap. I don't know why. Yeah, we definitely have some differing strategies, and Perez is still out. We're actually in third currently. Would have been nice to catch some DRS there. Magnussen is actually keeping Kimi pretty honest, right with him. That is good for us. A defending driver is faster, or sorry, defending driver is slower than a driver that's attacking. So that might very well be helping us. as we approach Perez here. I think we'll approach him in some pretty clean track. Oh, he's spitting. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now Vettel's out in the lead.
To first place is 5.7 seconds.
The question is, one-stop strategy?
Hamilton has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Hasn't pit yet? Unknown. Those are all unknowns to us at this point. If he's going to make it to the same pit window as us, it would be, you know, a 1v1 situation, and there's a pretty decent gap between us that I wouldn't really be able to overcome. That pack behind us is really saving our butts, I think. For once, the fact that I pit early has actually helped us. For once. That has bit us a bunch of times this season. I'm using quite a bit of front bias, trying to keep heat out of the rears. It's a little bit more difficult to brake with, but I think it has helped. Trying to wean myself off of using the rear bias to rotate the car, because it doesn't do great things to the tires to do that. I don't think Vettel's pit yet, because we are definitely closing, even though our tires aren't at peak anymore. Alright, those cars behind us are going faster. They're setting the fastest lap times. But if one of them sets a fast lap time, doesn't mean all of them are. It seems like they're just getting globbed together even tighter. What could get ugly for me is if I get caught in a battle with Vettel. Even if I catch him, it's probably wise to just stay a little bit away from him. Unless it's a very clear pass. I don't want to lose time to those cars behind me. Very nice lap shaping up here. I think it's at that point of the run where the tires are still good enough, but...
The gap behind us is 4.6 seconds.
So they've only gained like half a second, that group has. Yeah, it's at that point of the run where the tires are still good, but the fuel is burning off. So it's kind of leveling out for a lap or two, but I think already now it's going to get to the point where we'll lose time every lap. As will the cars behind us. But our tires are going to evil out. Holy toast to all those words. I got distracted because Vettel's on pit road. Unless he goes for the hardest compound, I find it very unlikely he will be doing a one-stop strategy this race. Magnussen has gone for another set of Pipers. That is how he is taking the fight to those cars around him. A very interesting strategy, one that I didn't consider, is Hyper Ultra. We'll see how that works for him. I love that he's staying there in third. I love that he's taking the fight to those cars around him. Obviously, it's aiding us. Still a lot of pressure on me to keep. You know what? Screw that DRS sign. Some fans really mad now because they were plotting how to take that home with them as a souvenir. And I just ruined it. Magnussen is what I was distracted by, who got around for second. I love this race. This race is great. These are the races we dream of, where the field is just in a blender. All mixed up. Don't know what to do. Yeah, I went there. Pit stop information.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left. Pit window will open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps.
So in theory, we'd be pitting in 5, I believe. Okay. 4 or 5. Probably 5. I just want it to be over right now. 6 seconds back to Magnussen. That battle has helped us immensely. Now his tires are going to start to give up at this point, sharper than everybody else around him. That is for sure. So that might cause another battle to happen. However, the battle is happening behind him. Trying to just kind of take it easy on tires, conserve while I kind of can, not take big risks. Currently, Magnussen's getting MVP. He has left that group in the dust. He is really making use of those hypersofts.
Window, you'll be on the ultra softs.
Oh, maybe my pit window opens a little sooner than I thought. Yeah, that would make sense. Pushing it to 20 would be way too late, to be honest. But I know what I have to expect for the next run. It's just kind of the same as this one, which doesn't worry me too much. So it's now Magnussen Hamilton. What's that gap to Magnussen? Is it down to like 5? I really don't expect him to be closing at this part of the run. Rear lock up there as we're starting to get up there and wear. Temps have stayed really good though. This is the best race we've had on tires in a long time. I mean, they're not pleased, but they're not pissed. Magnussen's definitely been closing. I think our car is best on the early part of the run, and his gets better later in the run. That happened in the first stint as well. I think our car is going to be a rocket on new tires in that last stint. This is how important qualifying is, you know? That's a key takeaway here is when you think, you know, first versus third, not that big of a deal. I don't think if we had started third in this race, we would have been probably anywhere in the top 5 because of the situation it would have put us in. So when the option's out there to try and go for a pole, take it. It's a really big advantage, especially if you can clear into turn 1. Not every time I put the car to the front of the field in qualifying is it going to be the fastest car in the race, but sometimes it just gives you enough options in the race, strategy-wise, that you can overcome that. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes it does. His tires have gone, stabilized that gap now. Him going really long on that first stint is what gave him this opportunity.
This lap, give us the best in lap you can.
See, now he's pit early.
Kevin is in for his stop.
He will undercut, but not enough. It's going to be a really... I honestly think there is a damn good chance this could be a Haas 1-2 to finish the season, which would be incredible. I'd be super pleased with that. No matter the situation. Give her wah here for the in lap. Okay. So not a terribly long last stint there.
Box now, please. Box this lap.
Box now? There's no pit road here. What's in the box? Try and save a little battery power to approach our outlap with. Try and get the most out of it. Let's be easy on pit entry, no reason to risk it. There is no biscuit. I did a terrible job of saving the track IR here. Big thing for us is no traffic. We need no traffic.
Go now.
Already out ahead of the two that have pit. Vettel's on supers. Vettel is on supers. He's going to the end. Did not think that was going to be an option for him. It seems like it is. I assume he's going to the end, but it's not impossible that he's got to pit one more time. But there goes the thorn into our side in that 1-2 poked. Now, does he have enough tire to make it to the end? That I don't know. I did just realize that I didn't turn the battery power back on in time. We're very clear of Magnussen. He's not that far ahead of us, so I don't foresee that strategy working out for him, but there's quite a bit of race to go. It all depends on what his strategy actually is. He didn't pit that long after us, really. That would be a long ways to go on a tire that's not very good here. Should be reckoning in now. Alright, here we go. That was a bit wide. Wide is safe there, though. Better to go a little wide than to try and force it down to the inside. Not a purple sector 1, though. Should be about the best the car has. We will see. Oh yeah, he's close enough, even if he's not pitting again. If I don't really balls it up, I think I can get there. Yeah, let's not use all of our fuel, just in case we do need to attack at the end. Surprised that wasn't purple. Aggressive but not insane lines around there. I also don't want to use the tires up and have a situation where I'm out of tire for the end of the stint. That's a flyer. Yep.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
That's almost like back of the field qualifying times right there. I can see him. I smell blood. Don't overdo it. Magnussen's under pressure here. He's under pressure. You got 8 laps. You can already see him. His tires are just going to get worse and worse. But that is a very fast car, too. Pressure is on. Part of me is like, slow and steady, get there. Part of me is like, get there as soon as you can before our tires start to go off and we start to even out. Frick! Just lost the nose a touch there. No huge deal. But it was a mistake I didn't need to make. Don't outdrive yourself. I mean, we are closing, so this isn't, I think, something I need to, like, give 125% for. Especially if we can get to DRS range. That's where this will become a no-brainer. Seems like we will be able to. Laps are counting down, though. Hamilton's up to P3. Ruining my dreams of that 1-2. I still have other dreams to chase here. Ferrari Junior team, you say? I want to put an end to that. I think I just saw him step out a bit there. I find it very unlikely he would be pitting from here. This is too late to really pit. I think he's made his bed.
Gap to teammate behind is 8.4 seconds.
It is just the two of us. We got no pressure from behind. Just the two of us. We're gonna be in DRS here. I don't have a lot of battery power to use, but I do have some fuel. It might not be here. This might be a little too late. But the second DRS zone is going to get us really close. Don't run up the back of him. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, you can see his back tires are unhappy. Car flicking all over the place. Boy, that lap went by really fast, didn't it? It seemed like it was gone in a flash. I'm trying to save up some battery power so I can make a big surge run on the back straightaway. I want to be close. Here we go. In the draft. Full power. DRS. He knows. He knows that's not defendable. Watch for the pass back here. But I don't think he got a good exit.
Nice overtake.
Thank you, Jeff. Now again, just don't overdrive it. The tires are so much better at this point.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Should be able to cruise away. Not have to push too hard at all. Oh yeah, that's the section where his tires just really couldn't hold it together. It may cliff on him here. It may get so bad that he drops off the podium. I'm not sure. I would love for Magnussen to get up there to the podium, but he did some work today. I highly doubt it was intentional, but his fight with that mid-pack on that second stint of hypers is really what put us in position to have a chance today. Without a shadow of a doubt.
We're happy with the current tyre condition. They should last a while yet, so don't worry about them.
I will try not to worry. This has definitely been a stressful one, though. That contrarian strategy by Vettel certainly added a little extra flavor to the race. Honestly, we didn't even need that for it to be a really good one. But it did help. These are going to feel like the longest 4 laps of my life. That much I can tell you. Looks like Hamilton's yapping Magnussen a bit. Not much hopes there of our double podium. I think I also managed to nab the fastest lap of the day. Thanks to our pit out situation with a car that is certainly not the fastest car here. No doubts about that. We were just gifted an opportunity. Nice.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Deep breaths now. I'm more nervous now than I was trying to run down Vettel. See, I had an obvious target then. I had an obvious goal. Now it's just all on me. It's all on me. No mistakes. I'm not running away from Vettel, but I'm also only giving it maybe 85% right now. So if I had to, I could definitely turn up the wick some. But I like the pace we're running. I'm even lifting right there to stay off of the curbs over here. Because of my scaredy pants. It's a very good thing there was no safety cars or any shenanigans in this race. That would have really not played in our favor. So we got pretty darn lucky. Pretty darn lucky. And this should seal the deal on that rivalry versus Ricardo as well, giving us a nice little boost at the end of the season. I'm so excited to see the start of the next season, how it affects the running order, how many of the teams didn't save this year's tech for next year. Hopefully at least one of the front teams really suffers from it. And it'd be nice to see one of the mid-pack, some other team besides Haas maybe, that got a benefit out of it.
We're leading our teammate by 12.1 seconds.
Continuing to stretch that out as he's been battling. That battle really saved Vettel, I think. I'm surprised Hamilton's not made it up to him. About 4 seconds to Vettel, still very comfortable.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Do you really need to say that? Do you really need to have such a dire message like that at this point? Learn how to count the laps, Jeff. If you had to say anything, just say, no worries on fuel. You're doing what you're doing. I'm ultimately very happy that I decided to, right before qualifying, I decided to soften up this car and make sure it could handle the curbs well. I do think it gave up a little in some of the faster turns, but it's really helped it in Sector 3. It's really helped the drivability of the car. Okay. Here we come to the final lap of the season, final lap of the race.
This is your final lap of the race.
Just don't do anything dumb. No funny business. Lifting off there, keeping it nice and safe, tidy. Luckily this track's very big, so lap traffic's not going to be a problem.
Okay, the gap behind is 4.6 seconds.
Yeah, his tires are really going off at this point, for as reduced a pace as I'm running. Slow through the gearbox. Car's still running very well. I don't think we really had anything close, wear-wise. Yeah, no, we had a really good car for the last race. That has been a huge benefit for us. Even though we had some bad luck, and we had races where we expected to do well but had to start in the back, it has paid off here. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, okay. Couple more turns. Here we are. Final race. 2018 Season 1 with a victory.
That's it. What a season. Great work this year. Really great work. It's been hard at times, but we've come through.
Yeah, we have.
So another fantastic victory for Haas today.
Haas. He says it so
And Anthony
painfully.
Davidson, give me your
Wow,
thoughts.
I am
How did
glowing.
they accomplish this
No,
result?
seriously, I'm glowing.
Oh, I'd
Get some
say it's
sun,
just raw
Cone.
pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres. But at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over
Yep.
everyone else.
There's
And
Marcus
that's
Ericsson,
exactly what we
everybody.
had today.
Most important driver.
Welcome then to the
be
podium,
seen.
our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
Only could have been better if we had our teammate next to us, but he really did help us in this race. Oh boy, so that
It's
means
a good result for Sebastian Vettel, who
P5
moves
for
further
Magnussen.
ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask
Vettel
you,
champion,
Anthony Davidson,
Hamilton
who was your
second,
driver of the day?
us
I'm going to go for
third.
Sebastian Vettel. People have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel, but as he showed today, it's nonsense.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. So then, Ferrari have now
Ferrari
moved out of sight and out of
does
reach.
win.
It's another triumph for the Italian team
By 16
as they
points.
claim the World Constructors' Championship. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
We end in 4th place. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Honestly, not too much to view in the replay there. We'll take just a quick look at the very start. But it was just a good, clean getaway for us, mostly. The action didn't happen until much later in the race. Yeah, just a really nice, clean getaway. Magnussen clears Ocon, and that set the tone for the race. It was a beautiful start, and honestly, everything just kind of went in our favor. What a weird situation there. Weird and weird, as the entire front of the grid took penalties, but it happens. Crazier things have happened, but that's a pretty crazy thing to happen. And we advance. This will be the end of Season 1, but don't you worry, Season 2 is just around the corner.
Fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. How are you feeling after that win?
Elated. They put a lot of work. I feel great. Our investment in aero department is really paying off. We are just going to drive the aero department into fame.
You must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
Thrilled, but I was expecting it. Should we go for the aero department, though? Yep. All aero, all the time.
Do you think that your close rivalry has helped you out this season?
I kept the fans entertained, and I love putting on a good show. Pushes us both. I really think the team pushed together. Showmanship right there.
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't
First
they?
time we've had this. Arrow, 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 arrow. Arrow all the time.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see if there's anything to tie up here for the end of the season. But yes, indeed, we start season number 2 next week. And for that, we are going to be doing 2 races a week. That's still 2 videos a week. We'll do qualifying in the race in 1 video, but 2 races a week, 2 rivalries won this season, I believe. And resource points. All very good. Well, let's just get our total. We scored 24 drivers championship points. Oh, we did that, so we got 500 bonus points there as well. Hi.
Nice job this season. You've been performing well, and that's putting us in a strong negotiating position contract-wise. Plus, my 10%'s getting more valuable. So enjoy your break, and keep up the good work next year.
Okay.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the
Who's
pit
telling me
wall.
this? Oh,
You
hey.
brought it home.
Alright, that is actually it. That is a wrap. We will start next season with our new contract negotiation. We'll spend a bunch of resource points. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next season.